Om Sai Ram, everyone. My humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Lord and Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Dearest brothers, sisters, and respected elders, thank you so much for joining for this evening satsang. I hope and pray you are keeping well with Swami's grace. We thank Swami for this wonderful opportunity to take his name and think about him. As we embark on sadhana towards Army 24, I would like to open today's satsang with a quote from Swami. Swami says, the literal meaning of sadhana is the effort you make to achieve object you desire or to reach the goal you have in view. Sadhana is thus the primary means to realize your aim or objective. The second meaning of the term sadhana is wealth associated with divinity. Dhana is described in three ways as Aishwarya, Sampada, and Dhana or material wealth. All of them refer to the same thing. The wealth will not accompany us when we give up body. If wealth is lost, it can be regained. If strength is lost, it may be recovered. But if life is lost, it cannot be got back. Hence, while life still remains, one must strive to acquire divine wealth that is imperishable and everlasting. Your conduct constitutes this divine wealth. It is the only way, it is the only way we live that we can acquire this divine wealth. It is only by the way we live that we can acquire this divine wealth. Divine Discourse at Thrive Vrindavan, 29th May 1988. So with this guidance from Swami on the goal of sadhana, let us briefly look at the agenda for today. So today we will start with opening prayers and we talk about how the daily sadhana is going. It started on 14th of December, a few days ago. One of the main topics for today is the weekly practice sessions we rolled out. Then also to inform everyone about the monthly maharudra abhishek. Also to talk about the area leads for various areas and for how they can help you going forward. And also to share initiative by the KZN devotees on weekly group face-to-face sessions that are being planned at the moment, and ending with question and answers and vote of thanks and closing prayers. And in during this whole time, if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. Of course, there's some time at the end. As the questions come, please put them in the chat, and we will try our best to answer them in the chat or take them in the end. Or if don't have time, then we'll respond back. So with that, can I request Brother Nivesh to please lead us to the team prayer. Sai Ram.
Om. 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 Sahana bhavato sahanau bhunakto saha viryankaravavahai तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies illumine our intellects. May we not contradict each other. Om. Peace, peace, and peace. If we are in pieces, we cannot pray for universal peace. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, brother. With this, going back to the agenda, we will go to the daily sadhana reflections. So, as all of you know, we have started off with a daily sadhana on 14th of December. When I checked last, 643 devotees have already offered 643 times prayers, which is really nice. And I would like to remind everyone of the document that we have, briefly show you the document and the times, and also some of the questions that we received during daily sadhana, which are most common questions. I would like to show them and talk about the answers that we have on them. So give me just 1 minute, then I will share my screen. So can Uncle, can you confirm if my screen is visible with the Word document?
Yes, brother, it is.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, as all of you know, again, just a humble reminder, these are the various timings for the daily sadhanas, various time slots that we have, various time zones, and multiple devotees have been joining. Uh, so it's been working well. Some of the key questions that came up, which many of you may also have, we have tried to put in this Word document towards the end of the document. So one of the most common question we were asked is, what is the duration of the daily sadhana? As many of you know, the total sadhana lasts for 45 minutes. And we would like to emphasize and remind you to please stay till the end, because in the end, there's a beautiful thought for the day by Sai Inspires. And today it was even Swami's discourse himself after the sadhana video. So please stay till the end and do not leave just after the Jai Bolo. I think it's a beautiful way to end the sadhana. So that's a reminder for everyone. Um, we were also asked, can we join the sadhana for other time zones? And if yes, which link to use? So, of course, you are welcome to join in any zone and any time slot. And the Zoom link for all the time zones is the same. So, the one that you use normally works for all the time zones. It's also in the document above. We were asked some of the time slots in the daily sadhana table are grayed out. You will see in the table above. Basically, they are too early or too late in the morning for your time zone, and hence we have grayed them out. But of course, the sadhana is still happening in those time zones. The big one was how can I learn Rudra Nyasa and associated hand movement? We have created a short tutorial of Rudra Nyasa, which can be accessed with the link here. Thanks to Uncle Shaker. It's
And also,
yes, yes,
Sairama,
Uncle.
I uploaded it to the YouTube and I shared the link with everyone on the chat. So
Perfect.
that is the YouTube link, and they can access it, and it will be easy for them to learn as well. So it's on the chat. I hope it showed up for everyone. If you look at the chat box, you will find the YouTube
Yeah,
link for that. Jai Sairam.
fine. Thank you. And then the last one, of course, there were many one, but the last but not the least is where can I find the meaning of multi-faith prayers at the end? There are very beautiful prayers which not everyone may be familiar with. So we have a nice document explaining the meaning of the multi-faith prayers in the end. It's in the daily sadhana resources folder, and it can also be accessed using the link here. You can just go and you can see the multi-faith prayer meaning. So these were the most common questions on the daily sadhana. And yeah, with that, I think I will end the daily sadhana element. Anything else? If I've missed, Uncle, please share.
Yeah, if you have any more questions about the daily sadhana, please post it on the chat also, and we can address them as we move along. I think the Swami threw a googly today for the daily sadhana thought for the day, where his voice came up, and the host did not know where to stop it or pause it. So that's how Swami works. But it was lovely to hear his voice today, as it was a surprise for all of us. So please note, as brother mentioned, take the thought for the day with you as you start your daily sadhana and contemplate on it. Jai Sai Ram.
We do have someone who has raised a hand. My humble request is for now just to type the question in the chat box, and we try to take the question towards the end just to make sure that we can cover the content. So just a humble request, brother or sister, to post the thing, and we take all the questions in the end. if that's okay. So with that, we can go to the weekly uh, sadhana. So, Uncle, if you would like to share your screen or talk through and roll out the weekly sadhana, whichever way you would prefer. You're on mute, Uncle.
Please go ahead and share, and we can walk through it,
Yes.
and people can also see this. And is my video showing up somehow?
Yes, Uncle. It's showing.
It is? Okay, okay.
Yes.
Because I'm not seeing
Right.
myself, so which is strange. Okay. Uh, anyway, so weekly sadhana. Let's put it in perspective, all right? The purpose of this weekly sadhana is so that we all have improvement and collectively offering our best to Bhagwan. These are weekly practice sessions, and we have devote ritvaks that are registered, those that are totally perfect in chanting, to those that are able to read with book, etc. So the whole idea for us is to ensure that we are collectively coming towards perfection together. And this weekly practices, as you can see from the table that Samarth is showing down there, are held in respective times at 8 p.m. East Coast USA time zone, which is, you can see the rest of the time, that's 5 o'clock in Pacific time zone, and it will be 6:30 for IST and 9 for the AWST. So I think the 6:30 may conflict with the daily sadhana 7 o'clock in the morning, so we will adjust that time. Is this updated? Can you click on update, Samarth? No, the update button. Yeah. Okay. So we have to either move it half hour past. So I will check with the East Coast practice coordinators and make sure if we can move it a little later or a little earlier, whichever way is the best to do it. I think we should move it to what did we decide? I'm sorry. I was saying when will there is a separate session for
Yeah, there
IST.
is a separate session, Uncle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so then we
Yeah,
should
yeah.
gray it out so that there is no confusion for that time slot. Okay. Okay,
Sure.
so 8 p.m. East Coast time zone, there will be a practice session. Similarly, 8 p.m. West Coast, which is PST, there will be a practice session. And you can see the timing there. There will be 8 p.m. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. for South Africa time zone,
Yeah.
which is also 7 p.m. for European, Central European time. So that would be, so you see whatever is the convenient, we request you to join those sessions, preferably at 8 p.m. in your respective time zones. And for IST, it will be 6 p.m. IST, and which is like 8:30 for Malaysia and also for the Australia West time zone. So those are the slots. And what will happen during these practice sessions? That's the next important aspect that we would cover. So basically, you will log in into your practice session, and there will also be practice coordinators for respective time zones that will join the session. And the practice coordinators will label themselves with a room number, whatever that they will be assigned to. And then you will be breaking up into different practice sessions. So roughly about 8 to 10 people for each practice room. So we will go into breakout rooms. And when you go into these breakout rooms, we will use the same sadhana PDF file that is being used, daily sadhana PDF file, and we will go through right roughly 7 to 8. There is a syllabus that is created for practice sessions in the same file that brother is showing there, the sadhana file. If you scroll down, there is another sheet that says um, yes, weekly practice syllabus. Yes. So this coming Wednesday, we will try to practice the first 8 rooks of Anuvakam 1. Now you may be asking, oh, what happened to Rudra, Nyasa, and Dhyana? So between now and Wednesday, we request you to listen to the video that I post the link on and learn the Nyasa and the Dhyana, which are already in the daily sadhana PDF. So when we join this session, we will start with the first ruk, Namaste Rudramanyava Utotaishave Namaha. So this is the practice syllabus, and there is a way, if you go into your one of your browsers, brother, and type vedastudy.net. If you type that, vedastudy.net, and for those of you who also want to learn more about this, you will see here all the different YouTube videos. All those things are present here, and this will be for those who are interested in listening to more videos and understand what is the meaning of different shlokas, like for example dhyana shloka. All those things are here, and this is in construction, and we will make sure that this is all up to date. Okay, so let's go back here. We request all the Ritviks to take it to heart and join these practice sessions, weekly practice sessions. And when you, if you are not a Ritvik and you want to join, you can join, anybody can join the practice session, but we request you to only to be in listening mode. So you have to rename yourself and put a L dash and rename with L dash, so that the practice coordinator knows that you are there to listen and not to practice, because we want to give the opportunity for all those that are registered as Ritviks for the army, and all those that are going to be Ritviks at the upcoming Yajna in New Jersey. Those are the people that will be able to practice in these practice sessions. Did I miss anything, brother Samarth?
No, Uncle, I think we covered the basic.
And if you have any questions, please post in the chat box, and we will cover them as we go along. Yes.
So let me copy everything. And then the next was to inform about the monthly Maharudra Abhishek. Let me share the document.
Yeah, one question, Brother Samarth, the detail. Yes, in this document, is there the link to the Zoom session for the practice sessions? Yeah, can you please
the
scroll up?
link to the practice sessions
The
may not
Zoom
be
link.
yet, may not be there yet, Uncle. That has to be sent.
Okay, so we have to make a note of that.
Yeah.
Yes, we will send you the link to the practice session to all the Ritviks. Okay, Sairam.
And the monthly Maharudra Abhishek. So if you can.
Yes. Yeah, and there is again the practice session. You don't necessarily have to join only your own time zone. If it is convenient for you to join other time zones based on your work schedule, etc., there is flexibility. Don't worry about joining only your time zone. Okay, there will be enough practice coordinators to cover the practices. Jai Sai Ram. Okay, one more nuance with this weekly practice session. The idea behind this weekly practice session, as we mentioned, is to ensure refinement. These practice sessions are not learning sessions. Okay. So if the practice coordinator feels that you require more time and effort, etc., then we will give you, if you're already working with a tutor, as we call them, our mentors, please take it offline with your own respective tutor and mentor, and we will give you access to who are all the tutors available. It's actually present in this sheet as well. If you go to that sadhana table link that you were showing before, did you close that? No, yeah, it's there. Yeah. So here, if you go to the practice coordinators, yes. Now here, if you kind of zoom out a little bit, These are the practice coordinators, and some of them are already tutoring a lot of people. Please, in your own respective time zone, you can reach out to by email to these people and work with their schedules to set up one-on-one tutoring, because the practice sessions are not really tutoring sessions. They're not learning sessions, they're practice sessions. The example that would resonate with most of you people is like your bhajan practice session. When you go in your center and you practice a bhajan, the whoever is the coordinating the bhajan practice will tell you how to improve a little bit or scale, etc. But they won't teach you the bhajan. So this is exactly the same principle. The coordinators are responsible for only fine tuning, not to engage in tutoring how to chant the mantras. Okay, that's another important nuance that I forgot about it. So if you need one-on-one tutoring, there are a lot of people in different time zones. These are the people that can tutor you and help you go to the next session. Okay, Sairam, thank you.
Sai Ram. Till then, we go to the monthly uh, maharudra abhishek.
Yes. Okay. So now you see this entire effort as we are talking about is to create two things: individual sadhana and collective sadhana. As you see, very much focused. Bhagwan is all about unity and trying it, doing it together, and that's the team prayer that we have also. Sahana Bhavatu. Let us all be together. Let us all chant together. Let us all collectively love together, serve together. So, in the context of that, these practice sessions help you, weekly practice sessions help you perfect your own practice at the individual level. But there is a group dynamic also associated with group chanting. When the yajna happens in South Africa in April, every day there will be a maharudra abishekam, and where that maharudra abishekam starts at 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and all of us will be able to chant Rudram 11 times. And our intent is to actually create groups, and the groups will come and chant in the microphones their particular slots or rounds or etc. So that means you are chanting for almost 500 to 1000 people in that range during the event itself. So imagine if you have to chant in Prashanti Nilayam and your group has to chant. You will have auditions by Brother Vedanarayana or somebody who is in charge of the Vedam. They will listen to you, they will tell you, yes, your group is ready or not ready. There is no difference to that to this. We want to create the group dynamics. So how does this, how is this? We have 3 sessions for this group practice: January 13th, February 10th, and March 6th. And these will be Zoom sessions. And there will be Maharudra Abhishekam that will be offered to Omkareshwara and Saishwara, who are the primary deities that would be worshipped at the Yajna. And these murtis are right now present in Sacramento Sai Center. So we will have a live Zoom over the Zoom Maharudra Abhishekam offered on January 13th, February 10th, March 16th. Please mark your calendars. And when you join this session, we will have groups created. There is a group for example, several groups are for Durban itself. Do we have the groups here, brother? I think we have the groups in yeah, go to the sadhana table, and then at the end you will see the different groups. And those different groups are also, all of this information is accessible to you. And these groups are, you can see here, Malaysia group, Malaysia, Australia together, Durban North Coast, etc., etc. Those are all South Africa groups. Essentially, several South Africa groups. We have EU CET, we have Russia group, South and Northeast Bay Area, California. All these are different groups that are coming to participate at the Yajna. Our intent is to give all these groups to chant on the Zoom over these Maharudra Abhishekam sessions. And also, when you come together at the Yajna, each group will be chanting in the microphones during the Yajna, the 8 days of the Yajna. So now your chanting individually is not the same as chanting in a group session. You have to have the same speed of chanting, you have to have the same scale of chanting, and same perfection in chant or dynamics. Like if you are singing a group bhajan, unison bhajan, how you will sing a unison bhajan? This is like singing a unison bhajan on scale, on time, and all of that stuff. So to felicitate this, we will have basically 3 practice sessions. And I understand, I will let Sister Tara speak about it. The devotees for Durban have a beautiful come up with a beautiful plan on how to facilitate all of this. Is it time for Sister Tara to share this, Samarth?
Yeah, if we are done with this, maybe one question which is linked to uh, the, the the weekly practice session from Sister Vasi is the load shedding at 8 p.m. On Wednesday. And yeah, she's requesting if we can give a different time slot of a different country where she can tutor.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I think,
Flexible.
yeah,
It is flexible. Yeah.
flexible. So
So
we
if you
can
go if you
try to
go
find.
back to the timings, timing table. So South
Yes,
Africa can also join at 2:30. There is a slot open for them to join the slot at 2:30. The rest
yeah,
of the slots may not be amenable for them to join. So essentially 2 slots. And not only that, now it is an important point for Sister Vasi who is coming. There is also a practice session in person every Saturday in Durban. Maybe it's a good time for
yes,
Tara to share that.
yes, sure. So I think
Oh, Sister
we
Lingus. Okay.
Auntie Lingus,
Sister,
yes.
yeah, Auntie
Oh,
Lingus is she a panelist? Brother Vyasa,
mm,
you can make her a panelist. Okay. So while Sister Lingus comes up, so the briefly every Saturday, stay tuned for more communication from Brother Raythan and Sister Lingus. Go ahead, Sister
yes,
Lingus. You can speak now.
So Brother Shekharji, you want me to speak about the weekly group session now?
Weekly Saturday
yes,
practice sessions, please. Yes, you are
Okay.
also. Yeah.
So my humble salutations at the lotus feet of Swami, and on Sairam to each one of you this beautiful evening. So thus far we've been engaging daily sadhana, weekly training with our tutors, and of course the addition of the Wednesday practice sessions. But a wonderful inclusion is the face-to-face chanting session, and many students over the months have expressed a great desire for such an avenue because they felt that this would be hugely benefit to everyone. Yes, a prayer answered and a wonderful opportunity opens us to embrace this weekly group chanting session. It's a collective sadhana moving from individual to congregational sadhana. So each area will select a day in the week, a duration, time, and venue will be fashioned in accordance with the convenience of the group to meet and chant weekly. So you may wonder now how we are going to be grouped. So, in comparison to Cape Town and Johannesburg, KZN is one of the largest in terms of having many Ritwiks. So, we have looked at KZN and divided it into 3 locations geographically. So, if you look at Mshlanga, Phoenix, Montechkum, and Lalusha grouped together in Phoenix, and they are coordinated by Yastil and Sister Farah. Further north, we have Changar Beach, Westbrook, La Mercy, Belito, Berlin. They are grouped together and they will be coordinated by Sister Lingus, myself, and the rest of Devon Central and South form another group coordinated by Brother Rathan. So, having such a large number of group weeks in KZN, the coordinators felt that we need to set a date where we meet and plan for the months that follow as to what we want to achieve, our concerns, questions and answers, sessions, and the date set was the 21st of January next year. And you may wonder why so late in the year, because of people traveling to India and it being the festive season and many on holiday. So Brother Shekhar mentioned that the Rudra Abishekam, the Maharudra Abishekam is taking place in Sacramento, USA August 13th of January, February 10th, and March 16th. So these groups will get a chance to chant one cycle of Namakam. So it's a complete Namakam and one Anuvaka of Chamakam, starting with the North Coast. So lead chanters will chant using a mic, and Ritvik from other areas, other groups will also join in, and even attendees are most welcome. So registration forms to confirm attendance, because this will enhance catering and logistics. So in order to be ready for such an event, including Army, we need to work together in groups and attain good understanding of what group dynamics really entail. So our focus areas would be synchrony, correct glaring errors that may distort the audibility, distort the chanting itself, fluency and timing, as Brother Shekhar mentioned, so many of these things already, and scale. Many of us are struggling to attain the scale of F. So basically, we can actually work with this in our group, and it's collectively done. So it's an enjoyable way to actually practice. So we also practice pitch, our pace, and our speed. Remember that we have to chant the entire Namakam in 11 to 13 minutes, and this requires steady practice, unflinching practice, to chant in harmony, in unison. And the more regular we really are in these sessions, the more practice we would get in chanting as one unit in harmony. And energy wise, the energy frequency will obviously escalate, and this will definitely enhance the vibrational level. So let's make use of this opportunity to gain maximum experience and give our utmost to Swami. So basically, that's what I have for you this evening. Brother Shekhar, Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Sister Lingus. That's you shared it so beautifully and perfectly, and I really hope and pray that other regions that are global regions will take that as an inspiration from South Africa and emulate. I am really so. It is so lovely and inspiring that on the at morning 5 o'clock South Africa local time, 100 to 130 devotees are joining the group sadhana daily over the last 3 days. That's extremely inspiring. And on the top of it, these brothers and sisters creating these face to face weekly sessions and to have we probably have roughly about 70 or 80 devotees just from KZN, that is the province of KZN from South Africa. Imagine if all the 70, 80 get together in one hall and you're all chanting together. And we will also try to make sure that you will have an opportunity to set up an abhishekam done at the same time. This is really inspiring, and I hope and pray that Swami will inspire other groups in USA and Malaysia and other places to do the same thing. And I know Malaysia and Australia and India will be too late for the monthly Abhishekams, and we will work with your respective leads to see if such an opportunity can be provided in other times as well. Okay, so that's beautiful. Thank you, Sister Lingus, in explaining that so well. Okay, so we are covered with the monthly
Sai
Rudrabhishekam. Back to you, Samarth.
Sai Ram, Uncle. The next to highlight by yourself is the concept of the area lead. We briefly showed it, but I think good to explain that what would be the role of area leads and how they will work together with the Ritviks. And we'll be sending the information of the Ritviks and the way forward, because many Ritviks will have a lot of questions, especially people who are coming from outside about logistics, etc. So if you can briefly share, I will share that screen with the names, and then
Yes.
can. Oh, mm,
Thank you. Okay, so I know many of you have questions around the logistics of hospitality, especially those of you that are traveling from outside of the Durban area. There is a hospitality team that is in place, led by Sister Shirley Naidu, and the team is currently working on ensuring that the hotel bookings are happening and they're blocking the rooms, etc. And Sister Shirley is also working with a few travel agents in the context of ensuring, some discounted group fares and things of that nature that she's working on. And also she's working on trying to see if a tour for those that are interested to join tours related to God, Kruger National Park near Johannesburg. So all this is work in progress. However, what we will do is once that hospitality team has some of the details planned out, we have this is not only for the Ritviks but also for all the full-time devotees and full-time volunteers that are joining the yajna. We have divided roughly about 20 to 25 full-time registrants that are grouped. For example, South and Northeast Bay is primarily the California South Bay area and the Northeast Bay area. So there are two groups related to that, and there is a group and also Sacramento is included in that. So similarly, you will see Northeast and Midwest alone, and so the India. So this is the groups that are getting finalized now, and each of these people that are listed here have kindly volunteered or either knowingly or unknowingly you see your name, don't get surprised and you have not been approached. This is a service that we are offering to the people, and we will get back to you with more information on this. And then we are trying to finalize all the leads, and this is the list of the names that we have so far to help with, right? And again, what they will do is what you have to do is to be prepared when they reach out to you by email or a phone call, answer their phone calls or emails and provide the details so that they can help them help you, or help them help you. Help me help you is the concept. Okay, Jai Sai Ram. Stay tuned on that. And we will have a separate webinar including everyone, not only just the Ritviks. A separate webinar will follow middle of January so that we can share all the information on which hotels you can book, what is the process, and all of that information. Okay, thank you, brother. Sai Ram.
Yeah. So that was the content bit. I think that we can now open up for questions to everyone. I think we have, let me look at the question. We've answered many of them in between. So one of the question is, daily sadhana video does namakam in 18 minutes. Mr. Lingus mentions that it needs to be done in 11 to 13. Can you please clarify the speed that we should work toward? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, 18 minutes because I could have chanted it in 10 minutes, but most of them will be listening mode, not chanting mode. And even that 18 minutes probably is a little bit faster for some people who are trying to just get a hold of their tongue rolling. So, and indeed, what she mentioned is right. Here is the math. Why 13 minutes? Why not 18 minutes? Here is the math. If you do the math of 13 times 11 cycles that we are doing, what's the timing? You are quick in math, Samarth. Hmm? So while he's doing the math on Excel or on the calculator, let me tell you, we all have to the daily schedule of the yajna will start at 7 a.m. with opening prayers by the priest, and there will also be opportunity for people to join Mahanyasa Parayanam or Aruna Parayanam. And those that are coming locally can actually do their japam and all of that stuff during their commute. And you will have breakfast, and we start this maharudra abishekam at 8:30 a.m. every day. And 8:30 a.m. roughly we have 3 hours to finish that 11 cycles of Rudra Abhishekam, including intermittent prayers, etc. So 11:30 to 11:45 you will get a break, and by 11:45 all the Ritviks will sit down to do the Rudra Homam. That would take about an hour. So you talk about 11:45 to 12:45. Then you will have your lunch served at 1 o'clock, and you will finish your lunch by 1:30 or 1:45, and you will get an opportunity to rest for a couple of hours and come back for the afternoon program. So it's a heavily time bound program. If you chant at your own pace and it takes 5 hours, the whole program will be thrown out. So if you do the math, 3 hours, 180 minutes divided by, in fact, make it only 2.5 hours, because there'll be
Yes.
half an hour
Mm,
abhishekam
yeah.
and all of that stuff. So what is that? Two and a
So
half
two and
hours
a half.
is
Yes. So 13.
150
Yeah. Yeah.
150 minutes by 11. What is that?
Yeah. That's almost 13 minutes, Uncle.
Ah, there
12
you
to
go.
13 minutes.
That's the math. So 13 is the maximum time frame to in which now you know why you have to practice both individually and as group. So when you say Namaste Rudramanyava Bhutotai, it won't work. Namaste Rudramanyava Bhutotaishave Namaka Namaste Astadhanvane Bahubhya. Like in that speed you have to chant. So that's why we have weekly and practice sessions. Yes. Thank you.
Right.
You know the logic, and once you know the logic, we can figure it out.
Yeah. And also to emphasize that practice sessions, when we tend to go slow initially to make sure the pronunciation intonations are right, and then we increase the speed. So the speed has to come, but has to come with correct pronunciation and intonations, which are also very important. So that's why the practice sessions, again coming back to the practice sessions. um,
And we have videos also available for these practice sessions. You can listen offline, don't have to practice only at the practice sessions. So you can, Brother Samarth has created Namakam chanting, completed that Namakam chanting with 1 to 5 very slowly, also pronunciations, etc. Beautiful job he has done. And all those videos, we will make them available to you. You will be sent a link to join a classroom, and please, when you get that link, please join the classroom so that all those practice modules are available to each and every one of you. And you may have to um, join that with your Gmail account, because without Gmail you can't have access to the classroom. And this classroom, maybe I can share the screen for the what the modules are available for classroom um, when appropriate. I don't know if I should do that now, my brother Samarth. Maybe we can share that through the email and through the WhatsApp groups. Okay.
yes, that can be later until, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the next, so basically there is content available. The message is that there is content also available to learn offline. Yeah? If you are struggling with a particular anuvaka, where the tutor is can only spend so much time, there are practice sessions, but they go quicker. We also have content using the script, where you can actually go through line by lines in slow speed and learn particular chant. So that content is being prepared very nicely. And the question is also, will you be telling about flights too? Uh,
Yes, please stay tuned. We are not going to force you to book a, we will send you the options, but please, if you find flights that are online that work much better for your own airport of exit and entry, whatever, please go book your flights. Don't wait for us to send you the information. We are working if the travel agent may be able to help from South Africa, because we are bringing in priests, etc. That's what we are focusing on. Our intent is not to get into travel business, so we have to stay focused on the yajna part of it. If please go ahead and book your flights as quickly as possible, and if you find a better fare, better your schedule and all of those things. So if you wish to, for this is especially for international travelers, if you wish to go to Kruger National Park and take such tours, please give an extra 5 day window before or after the yajna dates. That means before April 12th or after April 23rd. Okay, give that window of 5 days, and again we will share all this information separately. If you are booking your flights and you wish to take Kruger National Park tour and Pretoria Lion Park tour, etc., buffer 5 days and book your flights to Johannesburg, because that would be the closest airport to go to Kruger National Park. book your flights to to Johannesburg. And we are working with a travel agent who can help with the tours. And we will get you that, share the hospitality team will share that information in a week or so. Jai Sai Ram.
Fine. Fine. I would like to invite any more questions. Okay. Okay. This is so curious. Why not include other prayers such as Sikh or Jain prayers for daily sadhana?
Okay, that's a very beautiful question. Um, if you look at Swami's Sarvadharma symbol, the logo, Swami has primarily focused on the five religions, and that is what on the Sarvadharma symbol, and hence we focus on those. And there are so many multi other religions like Sufism and Jainism and Sikhism, etc., that are, that are we can go on and on and on. That's why at the end we say, Sai Ishwarai Vidmahe, Satyadevai Dhimahi, Tanna Sarvav Prachodayat. All the rest are covered in Sai Gayatri. Jai Sai Ram.
So I am now getting questions linked to the visa. So how is it possible to get visa to South Africa as we are in India?
Yes, Ma Sairam. So for people that
Hospital.
coming from countries or even coming from USA that are Indian passport holders, you have to apply for online visa to the consulate for coming to South Africa, and it's an online process. There is no uh, appointment, face-to-face appointment required, as I understand it. And for USA citizens, and there is an exemption list that we have posted the link on the FAQs, on the primary FAQs, where you can see if your country is exempted. So USA citizens do not require visa; they will be stamped upon entry. But Indian citizens and Indian passport holders, please make sure that you get an online visa. Jai Sai Ram.
I know. So those are the
Yes,
only
so
questions.
here is another thing. My preference for you to go to Kruger Park is definitely after Yajna, not before Yajna. Here is the practical reason and the spiritual reason. The practical reason is have come to Yajna with full energy and get more energized. And when you take the energy of the Yajna into the park, you also share that love and energy with all the beautiful animals of South Africa and the African continent. Spend and share your love and energy with all the beings in all the world. So, my preference, if I were you, I would book my Kruger National Park after the Yajna, and that would be my recommendation. Thank you, Swati. Yes.
I know. So those are the only questions. So if yeah, if you have questions later as well, you can always email at info@vedas4all.org, and we'll try to answer them. But in the next big thing coming is the weekly sadhana, so you will receive a lot more communication with links, etc., about that. So yeah,
Yes, the hospitality team is really working hard through the holidays to come up with all this information. My Our goal will be to have the hospitality team to put together the information on how you can book. Then your leads are also there to help you to work through that process. But we will roll it out hopefully by next week or so. Okay, Sairam.
so I think we can go then to the maybe last question then, picking up before we go, is the attire we should be wearing. This is also in the FAQ, but you can answer until.
Yes, I think it was covered under the FAQs. All the Ritviks will get Diksha Vastras, means ladies will get two saris to alternate. And I promise you, they were chosen very intelligently by women only, not by me. That would be horrible colors. So also unfortunately for the men, you will get two colors of dhotis of my choice, and you will rotate them every other day. We are working with the hospitality team to provide the laundry service also for your thing. But if you are within Durban area and you are commuting to the yajna, it is your responsibility to wash your the saris and be prepared to wear that next day. So we won't provide laundry service to the daily commuters. And the you are required as Ritviks, you are required to wear those colors, and they will announce that before the yajna. And the colors of those are also posted, I believe, on the army public thing. I'm not sure. We will post the colors of the saris so that you can prepare accordingly for all the other requirements. Jai Sai Ram.
Right.
Okay, so before we close, Brother Samarth shared a very beautiful thought for the day from Bhagwan, very inspiring thought for the day from Bhagwan about this whole process of sadhana. Okay, we are intimately focused in on this about chanting and perfection of chanting. But no, please know that is only one out of three parts of sadhana. Okay, perfect chanting is only one out of three important parts of sadhana. Perfect chanting gives purity of speech. Mantra that is perfectly chanted purifies your speech. And the ritual that we are doing, like the nyasas and everything that we are doing, the abhisheka, etc., purify your hands. So there is purity of speech, there is purity of action, which is conducting the ritual that you are doing with these nyasas. And most importantly is purity of mind. Purity of mind comes with purity of senses. And when the senses are drawing the mind everywhere, it gets impurified. So, as very important part of this sadhana is purity of mind and senses, purity of speech, and purity of action. And those three are the ones that are really required to be qualified as a Ritvik. As we undertake this incredible journey of offering our collective love for universal peace for 8.4 million species that harbor this planet and all the five elements of the nature, be aware that all these five elements of nature are the grace of Bhagwan, and we are sharing this with everybody else. And so limit our speech to where it is required. That is a very important sadhana. Limit our consumption of material with eyes, with ears, with breath, with mouth, and those are the most important feeds into the mind. Watch what is good, like Bhagavan says, right? Speak no evil, do no evil, think no evil, hear no evil, and this is the way to the divine. And those are also important parts of sadhana. You don't have to get overwhelmed by it. Just follow ceiling on desires that Bhagavan has prescribed to us and save the time, the money, the energy, and the food. Use it for social service. Take an oath to say, I will reduce my Starbucks coffee or Pete's coffee, whatever. I will reduce it only for one time a week and save all that money, and you can contribute to the yajna. Swami will be extremely happy even if it is 10 rand or $1 or 10 rupees that you have saved and you offer it to the yajna. He will be extremely pleased to accept it because every one of the penny that we save is equivalent to hundreds of thousands of rand or dollars offered with pure love to Bhagwan. Bhagwan's hand is never like this. Bhagavan's hand is always like this. He never takes anything from anyone. But just ask the question, Swami, I offer you this with my utmost humility and love to you. I pray that you accept this from me. And when you give that with that prayer, You will know, brothers and sisters, the amount of help and grace that Swami is showering on this yajna is not what I have experienced in the past 7 yajna. That much of love is pouring into this yajna. And it is evident by the fact that 150 to 200 people just from South Africa are joining the daily sadhana. And the number of people that are not even Ritviks that came forward just to contribute to the yajna, people that came forward to make 200, 300 stools without taking a single penny, people that are coming forward with love, including the people of the RRR site who just graciously, the CEO of that site said, we are going to offer it to this yajna free of cost. How? And he is not even a Sai devotee. So you can imagine Bhagavan's just to be able to contribute to Bhagavan to such pure love and he accepting it is immense grace that will wipe away zillions of births of karma for yourself and sanctify your entire family, the caste, creed, and the clan. That's the power when Bhagavan accepts something from us. So keep that in mind. Make our homes and our hearts pure and invite Him and keep Him arrested in our hearts. Om Sri Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Uncle. Thank you. We are coming towards the end, so may I request Sister Tara to give a vote of thanks, which will be followed by closing prayer. So over to you, Sister Tara.
My humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dear God, Guru, and Guide, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Om Shri Sai Ram, dear embodiments of love. Let us be thankful to our Almighty God for this togetherness this evening to map out our spiritual journey for the next few months. To our Ritvik coordinating team, thank you for rolling out the daily, weekly, and monthly sadhana build-up to the Ati Rudra Mahayajna. To each and every one of you, thank you for making the time and effort to attend this evening's webinar. I am sure you are all blissed out with the intensity of commitment required in the next few months. However, our much sought out goal of universal peace, unity, and love can only be achieved by complete dedication, determination, discipline, devotion, transformation, and surrender to our Lord. So let us enjoy the ride together. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Thank you so much, Sister Tara. Can I request Brother Jeron to unmute and lead us through the closing prayer? I will share the closing prayer, brother. You can first read the preamble and then chant, ending with Jai Bolo. Sai Ram, brother.
Om Sai Ram. He is the cause, action, doer, doing, the done and the undone. We pray that He allows and shape us to be perfect instruments in His mission. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai.
Jai.